Growing your email list is one of the core things that we as online business owners should be focusing on. But a lot of people are stumped on how to do it. Now, it took me a long time to understand how to automatically grow an email list so that I could add more value, offer my products and services, and create an automatic income stream. It wasn't until I started creating regular, free, valuable, evergreen content and offering something inside of it that was free and valuable to my viewer in exchange for their email address, i.e. the lead magnet. Once I started doing that, I was able to start building my list. And the great thing about creating evergreen content like a podcast, blog, YouTube channel, or all of the above is that it can be searched by people anywhere in the world at any time. And by making your lead magnets in the way I'm going to show you today, you can start creating a more scalable business. Because if your channel, podcast, or blog just blew up overnight, or one of your posts really took off, and inside of that post you were offering your lead magnet, nothing would change on your end, but your email list would grow accordingly. So let's dive into 3 of the best scalable lead magnets that you could start creating and implementing into your business today. Now, if you are new to this channel and you want to learn how to turn your knowledge and expertise into a profitable online business while working under 20 hours per week, then I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel. Now, on top of a lead magnet, one of the biggest things that's going to actually make this stuff evergreen and become a passive income style business is creating regular free content, as I mentioned before. Now, what a lot of people do is just create content in a vacuum and just throw it out there without real planning or preparation. Now, I believe that great content is planned content. So to help you in building your online evergreen business, I want to offer you my content planning template. This is a step-by-step document that's going to help you find topics that people are interested in and searching for. It's going to help you create better quality, well thought out content tailored for your viewers so that they want to continue watching your channel, listening to your podcast, or reading your blog. To get your template, just go to profityourknowledge.com/content, or there's a link in the description of this episode. So as we go through these 3 different lead magnet ideas, think about which one makes sense for you and where you're at, what your skill level is, etc. And towards the end, I'm going to share with you what makes a great lead magnet, because if you don't understand that, all these lead magnet ideas are honestly pointless. So do stick around to the end. Now, the first lead magnet idea is downloadable PDFs. These are great because they're quick and easy to create, but also they're easy for your audience to use. Now, you can build these in Canva, Google Docs, Word, Pages, or any other platform that allows you to create PDFs. Now, I think if you're just starting out with online business or you just want to get something made quickly, PDFs are absolutely the way to go because, again, they're just really fast and easy to create. So let's say that you are a fitness coach and you wanted to create a lead magnet about nutrition. You could then go into Canva and type in ebook. Then inside of Canva, you can pick from a plethora of different templates that they have that make sense for you and for your branding. And the nice thing about these is that you can change the color, you can change the design or the font or whatever you want. For now, just pick one that you think would best serve your audience. So let's click on this one, all about grains. Now inside of here, you can change out the pictures, you can add personal information, you can add different pages down here as well, and maybe pick a different style. Now, once you're happy with how everything looks, you just come up here to the download button and then make sure that it is in a PDF standard, and you can choose if you want 1 page or 2 pages. Go done and then hit download and you're off to the races. Now in Google Docs, this is actually my content planning template that I mentioned earlier, but inside here I wrote down everything, and then when you want to download it, you just go over to File, Download, and then click on PDF, and it will instantly make a PDF for you. And with Google Docs, it's the same as Word and Pages. So as you can see, creating a PDF is super easy on your end, and it's easy and digestible for your audience or your viewer. But it's not about creating something that looks user-friendly or looks pretty. It's about the content more than anything, which is why in a moment I'm going to share with you what makes a great lead magnet and some things to consider. The next powerful and scalable lead magnets that you can create are workshops and webinars. Now, these are great for in-depth teaching on a specific subject or idea. It's also an opportunity to add more exclusive content to your viewer that maybe you don't share on YouTube or your podcast or in your blog. What's even cooler is that you can pitch inside of this workshop. So again, we're talking about evergreen content, podcasts, YouTube channel, blog posts. People find it, they give you their email address in exchange for this awesome workshop that they want to learn more about. They watch the workshop, they're getting tons of value, and then at the end of that workshop or inside of the workshop somewhere, you transition into offering your product. And this is a great way to collect leads passively and be able to make sales simultaneously. Now, a couple ways that you can make these is that you can just film yourself, like I'm filming myself right now. You could use a pre-recorded workshop that you did somewhere else. Maybe you spoke at an event and it was filmed, or maybe you spoke for a webinar for a different company or group, and you could definitely transition that or use that content as your lead magnet. I find that tailor-made content specific for the viewer, that's something that's exclusive for someone who is willing to give you their email address, is far more powerful than just throwing up some recorded workshop that you did a long time ago. Because to me as a viewer, I would feel like it's more special that way, and it doesn't seem as lazy as just like, oh, I'm just gonna throw something up. But you can still do it, assuming that it was a super valuable and powerful workshop. So if you're gonna create your own workshop, again, you can film yourself, or you can just have a slide deck pop up and then share all of your content on a slide deck that you record. Now, one of my favorite ways to do this is inside of Keynote. So once you've built your slides, you can see all of them onto the left-hand side, and it says my super awesome slides, as you can tell, super awesome. But once you have all your slides built, you go up here to play and then record slideshow. And once you hit that, it's gonna give you this option where you just go down, click on the big red button, 3, 2, 1, and then you can actually see what your next slide is. Now, the coolest thing about this is that it's actually going to only record this screen here on the left, the bigger one, and then the smaller one on the right is gonna be showing you what that upcoming slide is. So what I always do is use my USB microphone and hook it up to my computer so it has really good audio quality, and then I can just see what the next slide or bullet point is. Now, when you're done, you just come down here to record, come up here, hit the X, and then when you want to download this entire workshop, you just come up here to File, go down to Export to Movie, and then I always make it 1080p slideshow recording. That's what we want. Hit Next, and then you can decide where you want to keep it on your computer. But if you don't have a Mac, what you can do is create your slides in Google Slides and use a recording software like Loom, hit Slideshow, and when it's all set and ready to go, you can record your slides one at a time. Now, the only downside about that is that you won't be able to see what the next slide is, but you can always just edit and smooth it out. Now, my third lead magnet idea for you is to run quizzes. People love to know about themselves, what their horoscope is or what their body type is, so that they can lose or maybe gain weight, if they're gonna be on track to being a successful business owner. Quizzes are great because it puts the attention on your audience, which is what they really love. They're also amazing for collecting data, and not just an email address, but also what is going on behind the scenes, behind the lens of the audience. Because you can use strategic questions inside this quiz to learn what's holding your audience back. You can have multiple choice, or you can use fill in the blank answers. And based on the information that you receive, you can have different avenues inside of the quiz that lead them to a course or service or product of yours that's more tailored to their needs. A great example of this is the Power of When quiz by Dr. Bruce. When you take the quiz, it goes through a series of questions about how well you sleep, how your energy is throughout your days, and at the end of it, he has a specific workshop that tells you what kind of chronotype you are. Now, I'm not going to get into chronotypes, but this quiz is a great example. Now, quizzes take more time and strategy. You obviously can make a very fast quiz, but if you're just starting out, I would say to stick with a PDF to just get going. Now, if you want to build a quiz, you can use Kajabi and build an assessment, which is their form of a quiz, SurveyMonkey, or you can use Quizzer as well. You can also just look up how to build an online quiz because there's tons of different websites that allow you to do it. So let's talk about what makes a great lead magnet. Great lead magnets give people a quick win. It's a short victory that they can experience the day of downloading or watching the content if it's a workshop. Full disclosure, my content planning template, it's a lead magnet. You're going to put in your email address in order to get the content planning template. But when you receive that template, it's something that you can use every single time that you create content. You can literally download and use it today to start creating better quality content. That's what I mean when I say a quick win or a small victory. Great lead magnets also have to be oozing with value, like offering incredible value towards the person. Now, with my content planning template as well, it's something that I have learned from great creators. I've taken bits and pieces and put all of it into a step-by-step guide, and I use it every time I make content. And if you watch old videos before I started doing that, my content sucked. I have received so much value from other content creators that I've worked with or that I've just watched their videos and taken bits and pieces, and I just compacted that into my own little system. And because I have massive value from that, I know that you will too. Make sure your lead magnet is bursting with value. And also, like that last point, if it is a quick win for someone, they can literally use it and implement it today. That's going to be valuable for your audience. So make it a quick win. Make sure it's just oozing with value. value. And to really do that, you have to understand your audience. So do your research, have conversations with people about what their challenges are and what their hopes and dreams are when it comes to whatever it is that you're offering. Take note of all of that stuff and pick out the one that seems to be the common thread that you can turn into something that's going to be a quick win. So for example, if you're a fitness instructor and people are like, I just can't lose weight because I don't know what to shop for when I go grocery shopping. A great lead magnet idea would be a small grocery list that they could print out and use that day. The better that we understand our audience, the more we'll be able to convert and sell. Now, what you need to understand in order to passively grow your email list and be able to make sales continuously on the back end while you're hands off is by creating valuable, free, searchable, and evergreen content, which is why you should check out this video I did on how to use vidIQ for better YouTube SEO. Take what you learned here, get out there, do your research, and build a lead magnet that will better serve your audience. That way you and them can win. I'll see you in the next one.